All right, live trading. This stays full screen for the YouTube people because I have paper trading on trading view set up. A liquidity point for us. Let's see. Where are my favorites? They like to go away sometimes, and it pisses me off. But yeah, there's no problem in paper trading, obviously. I should have been paper trading anyway, honestly, before I just started going back on my funded account, but I was okay with it. And yeah, we're gonna do executions on the 5-minute chart today, and I'm gonna stick with that for the rest. I think I just don't feel like the 1-minute chart was. It was just a lot of fake outs all week. And yesterday, the 5-minute was clearly like telling us when to get in, when to get out. And it was more, it was just better. The 5-minute chart is better. Obviously, we don't get in our trades until, we don't go down until 9:50. We're trading just the 9:50, 10:10 macros. So, but right now, I mean, I don't really have a bias. I think we're going to sweep these, and we could go lower. I don't know. We could sweep them and go higher. There's another liquidity point here. And then for the downside, the liquidity point here and here. There's one here too. And I just wait to see. Hopefully it sweeps one side and goes down, or sweeps one side, goes up. Yeah, we're just waiting and see. I might put on some music actually now that I don't have to sit on OBS. Sorry, my laptop is so loud. I'm not even like a. My music taste is so random that I'm just like. My music station, or what is this? Okay, well, I'm scared. Okay, I mean, this is also very me, but we'll leave it. I mean, it's a little chaotic for trading. I'm sorry. I love this song though. See, my music is very random. That's why I don't like really playing music for people. But I mean, 3 good songs in a row that have nothing to do with each other. No, I'm sorry. The live is gonna have to be boring. Where's my mouse? Yeah, I tried. I can't. Maybe it would help my trading to trade with music, but I just feel like it's a little cringe for me. I'm sorry. Because then I'm like, I don't want anyone to be like, skip the song. I hate this song. And it's like my favorite song. I can't deal with the pressures of on the 30-minute. We do have a market structure shift and a little internal liquidity sweep here, if you count those. I mean, they count, but so and we're entering on 9:50 to 10:10 macro. This is when we want to see our reversal. And we do have an internal liquidity point here we can reverse from, and here we can reverse from. Let's go to the 5 minute on ES. Same shit, different day. Oh, what? Okay, so that's this one. That is this one. So we do have no SMT. I thought we did this one. And then this one is that one that we swept. I'm guessing this one is that one. It's not as clear on ES. This one is this one. So we swept that one. So you're just waiting to see, hey, flawlessly healthy. I'm so tired this morning. I'm also paper trading, so I suggest if you're not, you should try it. All right, it's 9:50. We could see if we get like a little liquidity over this to reverse from. Would be nice. This swing high, come up, sweep it, go lower. We inverted this 5 minute for value gap, but I don't like it when there's a bunch together like this because it can invert this one, tap into this one and go lower, you know what I'm saying? Let's see, I've noticed too, it'll give me displacement in another direction during this hour or 20 minutes. Like it's gonna like change direction, like, oh, if we candle close above this, market structure shift, leave a big ass bullish fair value gap just to invert it. Now I've gotten faked out on that all week. Yeah, I probably will paper trade today. I think I'm gonna lock out my account for today. I agree. I'm gonna paper trade today and probably all next week. I blew my first funded account yesterday, but I wasn't caring because I was really, I'm like learning how to like full port to just get funded faster instead of just trading it every day. So I knew it was gonna get blown. I'm still working on that strategy. And then it was a Top Step account, so they have that consistency rule, which is annoying. Mine from the futures, you can full port in one trade. So sorry, my sister texted me. What'd she say? Whoa. Let's see. I feel like the 5 minute doesn't lie. Obviously, the 1 minute you'll get better entries, but I feel like yesterday I just got so faked out. I was watching the 1 minute here and then the 5 minute on ES. It was just so much clearer. I should have just trusted the 5 minute chart and like got out in and out of my trades, but I got like trigger happy and was like excited to just get in on the 1 minute because I switched back to the 1 minute for the invert for value gaps because they do hold kind of nicely on the 1 minute, but still like it's not as great as like the 5 minute we inverse to go down, but then we had like a big 5 minute for value gap. We had to close below like this. So say you got in like to go down up here on the 1 minute, but we didn't close below on the 5 minute, and then it reverses, and that's what it did on us. So, you know, my bias was buys yesterday, but there was no like liquidity sweep to the sell side to go higher. It was just a straight run up yesterday, and it was just like hard for me to get into continuation plays. I got into one, stop loss too tight, got stopped out, got into a sell off a fake out, like a displacement down to go higher. And then I already took 2 trades. So when I did the third trade that I should have gotten back into, would have been nice, but I also got liquidated on my second trade for my funded, so I couldn't even. So that's why you gotta like wait for the good setups. So we're just patiently waiting for a good setup. This is one of those days where you can like get like a game or like not a game, but like a show on the side to watch to help trading. I used to watch like a show on the side or put something on my iPad, or at least once after I'm in the trade already. But we're just chilling. I don't know what it wants to do. We had no red folder news, just orange folder news, but this is the 9:30 candle. And this is the 8:30 candle. See, it's given like we came and tapped into this variety gap to keep going lower on the 5-minute. But these are still very indecisive candles here. So no clear direction. Okay, we do have S&T divergence. We have this candle here is not swept on NQ, but it is swept on ES. So, and it's kind of far in Q, so it's given like we're going down. But sometimes the one is just behind the other. Like this will just keep going up and then NQ will follow. So it's like, yeah, right now it's SMT, but this could easily get, the SMT could no longer be a thing. And then, or it can hold, we got until we can get all the way up here and then reverse. And then the SMT will hold. Yo, what up? Good morning. I'm so sleepy this morning. Just patiently waiting, trading the 5-minute chart, not the 1-minute chart anymore. See how it goes. Paper trading on TradingView, so I can execute my trades on TradingView, which is nice. Good morning. Yeah, I'm paper trading today. Paper trading, rather. Seeing what we get today. We have a little SMT, like NQ wants to go lower, but we'll see. That's because we came up, tapped this fair value gap, reacted off of it. Like we want to go lower, but it's a lot of indecisiveness in these candles, even on the 5-minute. We do have a liquidity sweep on ES, and then this is the same point on NQ. So it's giving signs like we're going down to this pink point down here. And what is the 1-minute showing us? We do have an inverted value gap on the 1-minute. been trading on TradingView in so long. Where's y'all bias today? If y'all trade bias, I really don't, but let's see what 4 units looks like. Risking $50 to make $150 on 25 ticks. I don't believe that's accurate. 4 ticks is 50, 25 ticks is $50 to make 150 on NQ. I don't believe that. I didn't get any liquidity sweep, so I don't have a bias today. Felt that. We do have a little internal liquidity sweep right here from this swing low. And then there's another liquidity point here, so I'm like, we could reverse off of this. That's the liquidity point I had. And then 930 candle tap back into this fair value gap on the 5 minute for going higher. I just feel like we need to invert these or market structure shift up here because these are just big gaps for me to confirm a higher bias to go up. Market's really choppy. It's been really choppy all week, and then we've been getting our entry like at like the end of the macro, like the 11:50, like right before lunch. I've noticed that all week. It's not been fun, but it's helping with patience. Hi everyone, I have a newbie question. On TradingView, can I close and open an SPX trade after hours? If you're trading options, no. There's no way to trade SPX options after hours. Now, if you're just trading an SPX Forex, yes, you can trade after hours. Nothing clear as of now, but I'm expecting the daily high to be taken out eventually. I feel that. Okay, so ES is pushing. Like I said, we did get a liquidity sweep on the 1 hour. We did get a tap back into this fair value gap. I mean, no market structure shift, maybe on the 1 minute, but we're on the 5. Candle closed above this high. I want this gap to be inverted. We candle close above this gap. I might get a buy. Cause like I said, it can tap into all these. It's too many close together like this. Even though, yeah, if you're on the 1 minute, you might be in. But see, on the 1 minute, there's a fake out right here. Candle closed below this one. That's why I was like, I cannot be trading the 1 minute anymore. We could have been going down. So now, 5 minute, getting more wins than losses is better than better entries and a lot of losses. So let's see. But yeah, if you're trading options, SPX, after you cannot trade after hours. If you're trading futures or Forex, yes, you can trade all the way in the morning. You can trade before 9:30. That was really what made me switch to futures too. I started trading the 8:30 open instead of 9:30. I just went back to 9:30. I don't even trade 9:30 open actually. I trade the 9:50, 10:10 macros. This is literally wrong. 25 ticks for micro mini units is not $50. It's literally not $50. It's like $150. But I don't give a fuck right now because it's paper trading. But I'm like, because it's what? Oh no, it's $2 per tick times 4 is 8. 8 times 25 though is not 50, so that's literally wrong. I don't know why If I move it, will it move the ticks? No, I'm not gonna mess with it. Now for sales, I don't know. We would need to get like another candle like this. Another hammer. But see how this hammer, like I usually trade hammer candles, but see sometimes look. Hammer, it went up, stopped your ass out. Unless your stop loss was up here. Oh no, where'd my trade go? I also can dock this to the right. So I can see both charts, but I don't like seeing the charts. How much do you recommend I open Emini S&P 500 account with? Probably 500. You can do S&P with like 500 or 200. All right, we're above this gap, but we still have 4 whole minutes of this candle, which is the only thing with the 5-minute chart. Because that 5 minutes, can you just go? And it'll be way up here by the time it closes, but 500, or just paper trade a little bit. I feel like if you're a newbie, you should paper trade more than, because people love asking me that. Like, I'm new to trading, I want to copy trade with you, how much should I start? Just paper trade. I always suggest starting with options again, because you can start with way less money. 500 is a lot to some people. What's 1.25? So I think with futures, you should probably start with 500. I think ES you can trade with. Yeah, I think 500 probably the smallest you can trade with futures. Think or Swim, you need like $1,400, and then I think with Nasdaq you should probably start with like 1,000 or 2,000. But ES you can start with like 500, but with options you can start with like $50 to $100. All right, 3 minutes. This candle closes. We're getting in some buys. And we'll take it to the yellow line. I feel like this line is off. We'll take it to there or to here. All right, we're pushing. Do y'all feel like we have 2.5 minutes left? I feel like we can get in this candle, or we can wait for this market structure shift if y'all want. But I feel like that was a oof. See them wicks. That's why you wait. Let's just wait. Let's just be patient. Let's just be patient. Or you can go down to the 1 minute. We did candle close above in the 1 minute, but I don't like doing that sometimes because the 1 minute candles can just like. We can wait for a 1 minute candle close above this high though on the 1 minute, but a 1 minute fair value gap invert can easily not be shit. Because it can candle close, but then on the 5 minute, this is still the 5 minute candle and it can close below. So the 1 minute closed above here, but the 5 minute candle could still wick, you know? That's why I'm like, it doesn't really matter. All right, we'll see. It's looking good though. With this long candle. We do have if this candle closes, we have a market structure shift on the 5 minute if you want to enter on, set a limit order at this fair value gap. But like I said, I don't trade that anymore because on a 5 minute and lately it will just run without tapping you in. I used to only enter when I trade options, like I would have my limit order set right here. And it would always just like tap me in and go. And I could just set I would like have my limit order, have my stop loss, have my take profit already set. And now I just put on my TV show on the side. If it taps me in, taps me in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's when life is super sweet. And then the market start doing a bunch of shit. Stop tapping people in. Just doing whatever it wanted. And here we are. Here we are. That's why you wait. That's why you wait for patience. You would have gotten way up here and already been down so much. I also guess technically, if this candle doesn't close white, if we invert this gap too, that could be an entry for sales since we got a nice wick rejection off this. So wick rejection, and then a candle close. But let's see. And then people are like, oh, is it going down tomorrow? Is it going up tomorrow? What's your bias? I really don't. Like, let the market will tell you where it wants to go. Just hop on the ride, jump on the train, catch a little bit of the move, and I'm going about your day. All right, we're now candle closed, and then we candle close, but it's too close. This candle close, I mean, you like a candle close that's close like that, but this wick is. How do y'all feel? Y'all want to get in this trade? Okay, now we're pushing a little bit. I'm gonna get in. My entry's probably gonna be nasty. Oh, that's why the stop loss is fucking. All right, we're in this trade. I think sometimes TradingView will give you this shitty buy limit. Yeah, it didn't even really fill me. Let's see if it will fill me. I meant to set a market order, that's why. Fill me, there we go, now we're in. Yeah, I didn't set, I had a limit order set, not a market order for those. I had it set to limit, not market, which is, you don't want to do that. Unless you're setting it at a specific point. We did get a candle close above this. I'm going to now close my dock. I don't really need it. Now we'll just manage our trade. We'll still look at ES in case there's some divergence or some reversal pattern going on, but it's looking strong. Take profit here for now. Risking $200 to make $700 is what it says. I also switched this. I used to have it show how much money I'm making, but it would stress me out and make my emotions bad. So I use just the ticks, or like this, like take profit, stop loss. I don't, most people, you'll see it going like up $100 or negative 100. Like it'll move, the price will move, and it'll show you how much you'll make. It'll show me on my docket, like if I move this up or down, it'll show me on the slide, but I don't do that anymore because I would get emotional. Like if I'm up $700 and it pulls back just a little bit and draw down, I'm like closing, like no, just let the trade play out. And I mean, I kind of put my stop loss below this fair value gap on the 5 minute, but or even usually it'd be like below this candle, but it's just a lot to risk. Yeah, that's this big wick. I wasn't confident in it, but I'm like, we did get a candle close above. My entry was way bad. It wasn't right here. It was way up here because I accidentally had a market order, not a limit order. I mean, I had a limit order, not a market order. And then let's hope it pushes above this. Candle closes above this. You could have waited for a candle close above this for a true market structure shift. But let's see. So we're in this trade. We're seeing what the market wants to do. If we candle close below this one, it sells. What broker do you use? NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader. I'm probably gonna go back to trading on TradingView with TradeAvate with I'm gonna have another. I have a funded account with TopStep, Rhythmic, NinjaTrader, but I have a trade copier. So I use NinjaTrader for my main broker. It copies my trades and all the things, but you can trade multiple brokers with different prop firms with NinjaTrader. But NinjaTrader is what I use for my live account. Alrighty, we're still in drawdown a little bit. Indecisive candle, we have 30 seconds. left in this candle. It's still closing blue, looks like, though, which is good, but if it closes white, I mean, we could put the stop loss, honestly, below this fair value gap. So yeah, now it's 286 to make 714. Like, it'll tell you what you're making. But I like to have it just show this stop loss and entry because I don't like seeing the P&L. Watching the P&L go up and down is the worst thing you can do for yourself. It will dramatically ruin your trading, I feel like. Some people can handle it, but I think as beginners, you should not. All right, market structure shift. Once we obviously candle close above this, but we have 4 minutes in this candle, but it's looking good. We can look on a higher time frame and see if it's looking not so good. I don't know why these always look crooked on higher time frames. Is your TP at the day's high? No. It's just a swing low here. The day's high yells one of these yellow lines. It might be this yellow line. So that probably is the take profit. I just want to see, this is $700. It'll probably be, let's see, if we go all the way up here, it is $1,000. All right, looks like we're gonna have that market structure shift even on the 15-minute. Yeah, that's the daily high, the one we have now. This is obviously a previous day hourly high up here. So yeah, the daily high is up here, and that's 1,000. So we risked 266 to make $1,000 on the paper trading account, which would be a beautiful trade on the live account. But we're practicing. Because I started on the 5-minute chart, went down to the 1-minute chart, but I had a different strategy. But now I like trading the reversal and the macros. We did, and then we saw this on my back testing session last night. Sometimes you'll get on the chart right before the macro, and we did have a liquidity sweep, a major hourly one. That was a liquidity sweep. Because I know someone said they didn't see a liquidity sweep this morning, but some people do trade obviously 9:30, but well, yeah, this is 8:30. So we had 8:30 reversal. So I used to trade like this, and then yeah, my entry would be a little tighter, but like see how like it kind of didn't do anything for like an hour, and it started moving on the macro. That's why like I stopped trading at 8:30 because I noticed like sometimes when I first started trading at 8:30, it would just run up, and then it would already be up here, and then macro would get another reversal. But lately, I'll get in at 8:30, and it'd still go my way, obviously, but it would just trade sideways and then move in the macro. So that's why I started trading, or like the 9:30 candle would tap me in like this, like it's kind of slowly going up, tap you in at 9:30 to go higher. Because maybe in the 1 minute you got market structure shift, but here we didn't really get anything until 9:30, and then obviously the real push in the macros. So because even at 9:30, yeah, tapped you in, but this wick could have been a little scary to hold, but your stop loss would have been down here if you got in at this right gap, which is nice. So I really just switched to trading after 8:30. But it was nice because if I'm already in a trade at 8:30, like my entry would have been like, you know, down here. And, you know, I would, like, you trade against, like, I would live trade with, like, Tanya, or I was in Big Gains Club for a little bit. And, like, if they were trading against me, I was like, I'm about to eat them up. And I usually would, more times than none, my trade would trump because it was earlier. Like some people get on but like most people get on 9:15 and then make good money, or they catch, like I noticed like this macro trade would be like the big trade of the day. So that's why like sometimes like it'll go up at 9:30, reverse to a liquidity point, and then our macro trade will take out like everything the rest of the day. And if you want to see your P&L go up here, like we're up $230 right now, you can watch it down here. But yeah, I just patiently wait. I think we can move stop loss to break even at maybe this point. or the original take profit I had. These are all places you can sell at too. You don't have to take it to the day's highs. You can. It most likely would go to it, but every time too, like you'll lose all week, and as soon as you paper trade, it goes your way. But it's also just, luck of the draw. But I'm probably gonna paper trade either this today, all next week, or the rest of the month. I haven't decided yet, but I think just next week. But we'll see. We'll see how I like the 5 minute. And then tonight when we do back testing, we're gonna trade, we're gonna see how often we get a unicorn setup. I think I wanna see how often we get unicorn setup, especially because I feel like the 5 minute is a good time frame for unicorn setups. But yeah, I remember someone in the chat saying that like they didn't see a liquidity sweep this morning, but I'm like, sometimes it already happened like at 8:30, so you just gotta check. Because it can reverse. It could reverse from here. It could reverse from here. It could have came down and reversed from here. Obviously, our yellow lines are our hourly targets if you really want to go all the way down to these. But when you get on the 5 minute, there's a target here. There's so many targets in here that you will not need to go all the way to the yellow line. Obviously, we did. There's another one there, and then there is obviously that one right here that I marked, which is a good $700 day as well. And I'm trying to practice to getting $1,000+ days without getting too much drawdown, because I keep getting liquidated and then it going my way. That's what I'm practicing on the 5 minute, because I'm full porting my top step. But top step has a consistency rule. You can't make more than 50% of the 3K, which is the hard part of top step. Versus like my funded futures, you can get funded and you can do it in 1 day. So I'm like, But yeah, we did get that liquidity sweep at 8:30, and now we're pushing up to the daily high. You can take profits here. You can take. I mean, I do have 4 contracts. I could do like 2 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. Unicorn doesn't show up a lot, but when it does, I'm confident. Yeah, I was gonna say the unicorn hasn't showed up. Even It's Johnny, the one who made it popular, has said it hasn't been happening lately. I agree. I just, like I said, I'll either just trade inverted value gaps now because there's so many of them now. I think that's why most people are on them. There's so many of them and they hold. Or just a market structure shift without a tap in fair value gap. You know what I'm saying? So there's so many entries. There was one here if you're really confident we were going up after this fair value gap, but there's too many here that I was like, it could reverse from. But however, if you're confident in your bias, I've always said this, it's gonna bounce from these, but then it's gonna keep going your way. So you would have it bounced, came down, almost to stop you out, came up, it bounced a little bit in this one, but obviously it wound up closing blue, and then still went your way. So I've gotten in trades off this. I've gotten in trades off this, but I don't like a fair value gap right after a long rundown with no change in the state of delivery. Maybe one of these swing highs on the 1 minute were a change in state of delivery, but I know some pro traders who will enter off these fair value gaps, which, I mean, if the stop loss is small like this, YOLO, even though we're on a 5 minute, so, but obviously people trading with millions of dollars, this stop loss ain't shit, so. I love a real turtle soup, like a turtle soup like this with a real small stop loss, I'll take. Because what I'm gonna risk $5 to make 1,000. Like a liquidity sweep like this that just wicks off of. I'd take some shit like that if I could catch it in real time. That was at what, 850? Yeah, I was not trading that, but I used to. Or even here on ES, it's a clear turtle soup too. I love a turtle soup, honestly. Especially on a lower time frame. On the higher time frames, it will do this, and then 30 minutes later, it's back. On a lower time frame, you get a little turtle soup like that. It's nice. All right, we're on profit, $184. So we were up 200. Stop loss now, it's below this fair value gap. If it wants to come down and touch it, and hopefully we make another one on the way up. I wouldn't move stop loss to break even until way up here. But because it could still come down up in here and trade a little bit. It's not too far enough where you should move your stop loss to break even yet, in my opinion. Or you don't even ever have to move your stop loss to break even. Your wins will be bigger than your losses, and you'll win more than you'll lose eventually. But some people like managing their trades that way. Most ICT traders don't, though. I feel like. Did make a fair value gap that's tapping into. Could invert it. Hopefully it reacts off of it, though. Would be nice. Getting nice reaction. Close. No, why? It seems like we can get decent insight as the direction. Oh, sorry. I didn't even close the trade. It seems like we can get decent insight as to the direction of the close by looking at the 1 hour. Exactly. I use the 1 hour for my liquidity points, and then you can watch trades in the 1 hour if you want. I do not, but you can. Yeah, reverse from there. And it could just come back into one of these fair value gaps and go lower on the 1 hour too. But I feel like higher time frame gaps don't really hold like that. I feel like higher time frames really go liquidity to liquidity, from what I've seen. Like, I've closed trades early respecting 30-minute and 1 hour fair value gaps. I did it on Tuesday, and it ran straight through it and just took out liquidity. I was like, okay, well, it was a big, like, fat 30-minute fair value gap. And I think I sold like at the 50% of the gap, or right before the gap, or something like that. And it just ran straight through it. I don't know which ones really hold on. I mean, you'll see it hold, but like I said, it'll like close straight through it and still go your way on the 1 hour. Like, see, this is the fair value gap. Came down, closed through it. We did invert this one. But yeah, it likes to like fully close through them. It respected these yesterday. I mean, this other, what was this, Wednesday? We inverted this one, so I got in, but we had two more. Like I said, when they're close like this, I wouldn't take any of these invert. It can invert all these and go to here. It can invert all these and come in here in reverse. I mean, this is a decent trade, here to down here. But this was not a big enough move. And then I got back in for this move here. Which, you know, happens to the best of us. We love a hammer candle. CRT range theory right here. It was beautiful. And I got back in. And I think this is the one where I sold at a 30-minute fair value gap when it went all the way and just took liquidity. But yeah, same with like this 5-minute. There was like 3 gaps here. And yeah, you got a better entry if you entered, you know, on this one, but it could have came up here and tapped this and kept going down, so I'd rather wait for it to invert the top one or the low one for the bullish ones. Just to be safe, you know? Just to be safe. And you can either wait for the market structure shift to be extra safe. Even though this is technically a market structure shift right here. So this little entry here is better than... That's why I got in before this market structure shift, because we had one here. I got in here. Which prop firm do you trade with? Top Step. Top Step, and then I'm going to get in my funded futures account next. And then maybe a take profit trader after that. And then I'll do an Apex last. But yeah, Top Step, my funded futures are my top two, I think. And I also live trade. I copy trade with my own money when I'm feeling real good. And if not, I'll just trade prop firms only if I don't feel that good. And if I feel terrible, I just pip trade. We short in, no, we're in a buy trade. This is blue. We're in a buy trade. Take profit, high of the day. We're in buys. We're not in shorts. News just came out. How does that mission sentiment affect NQ? Well, it's orange. It's orange folder news. It's not red folder news. So I don't care. And it's 10 a.m. news. 10 a.m. news doesn't do much, but some red folder 10 a.m. news will do a lot. But it will go your way. It'll just like sweep out your entry. So if it was a red folder 10 a.m. news, even though we got in after 10 a.m. So again, the news didn't matter because we got in after 10 a.m. You see, it just, I'm sure the 10 a.m. news is probably that wick when this almost closed white. That probably was the 10 a.m. news. But for the most part, it just goes your way at 10 a.m. Or say you get an entry, it'll come and stop you out. Like it'll come wick all the way down here or some shit and then go your way on a red folder. Sometimes it's rare, but I've seen it's happened to me. You're full porting my trade. All right. YOLO. We got a good reaction off this small fair value gap. So we're pushing for the cushion. Pushing for the cushion. You could take profit, like I said, here if you want. You can take profit here if you want, and you can hold it for the high of the day. So let's see too. I like to mark out candle closes above every new swing high we make, just for an extra like, yay, we're in the right direction. And if you feel like it's gonna reverse, you can take your profit at these. Not now, it's too early, but like say we'll go up, we'll come down, and we'll go back up. You can set your like take profit at like the swing high that was just made before it. I've done that sometimes. Let's see, it's trading, it's a little sideways, but it will trade sideways sometimes at liquidity points. It also will trade sideways in gaps. So you just gotta have patience and confident in your conviction. We're in buys. It's looking a little slow. Let's see, we can see what the 15-minute wants to do. Do you have a big gap here? It can fill and come back. Right, so liquidity point here, liquidity point here. And this is what I was saying about how like on that 30-minute day, like I sold, like it was like a 30-minute gap like this. I sold in the 50% of it, which is still a good move, you know? But it's like, you know, liquidity. This is not even at the top. The top of it is here. Modify. Same with the yellow line. We need to move that yellow line up to here. Yes, it's kind of reversing on the 5-minute. I don't think we have any gaps on yes. Let's see. Inverted the same gaps across both the liquidities. There's no gaps on the downside. Tapped in at 9:30 as well. Or, yeah. What's that 30-minute chart saying? What's that 4-hour chart saying? Oof. I mean, if you trade CRT on the 4-hour, yeah, take profit is our take profit. Yeah, this candle came down, wicked. Now we're going back up with this candle. I mean, this is not the nicest CRT because you kind of want to sweep this high and then just go back. But we do have still a CRT where it's looking like it wants to go take out this liquidity, or even at least the previous hour liquidity. So the 4 hour confirms our bias. The other time frames are not as nice to our bias, to our trade, but again, this is 4 hours. This can easily, in 3 hours, be a fucking white candle that's way down here. That's why I'm like, people who trade CRT on the 4 hour, I'm like, ballsy. But hey, you trust yourself. 1 hour we don't have a CRT, unless you count like these 4 complete candles. But just this candle, we didn't sweep liquidity before we came up on this candle. But we're pushing a little bit. We can get a candle close above this. 24 minutes in this hourly candle. Let's go back to our 5 minute. And we're just being patient. We're still in the green. We're not in a loss. No need to move stop loss to break even at all yet. We're going to at least break this high. And probably, honestly, this one. Before we move stop loss to break even. Or like 50% of your trade, whatever that is. Let's see. That is here. So you can move your stop loss to break even. Once we get, where's my, once we get to here, stop loss to break even if you want. This dotted blue line. Y'all going to the gym after this? Did y'all go to the gym before this? Or y'all not going to the gym at all today because it's Friday? I'm going for a run after this. I don't know if I want to do an outside run or a treadmill run though, because I live in Merida now and it's hot as fucking balls. And I feel like I can't run that long outside because it's so hot. Versus on the treadmill, I can run forever. But I also I go to like a gym that only has like 3 treadmills. I don't want to be on the treadmill for like an hour. While it's not like a big gym like in America. I mean, they have big gyms like that here though, but I just do a gym near my house. And I want to hog the treadmills. But I felt first come, first serve. Alrighty, we're being patient. I love trades that just run my way, honestly, because a lot of these macro trades are just like slow burns versus like the morning trades sometimes are faster. But ICT has been streaming though, so y'all could be trading with him too. He's been starting streaming and trading live every day, and he's the GOAT mentor. But he gets on at 8 a.m. He gets on he's already on before, so his chat is probably already in this trade and they're way up. Okay, that's why I see stop loss not at break even, because now you would have been out of the trade. I mean, you wouldn't have lost any money though, because you'd have just been out at break even, but we're now back out of drawdown, so. Let's see. That could be just a tap back into this gap to go higher. It does that sometimes, like an invert. It'll come up, retap it, and then go higher. Some people trade that. We do kind of have a change in the state of delivery on ES. Well, if we candle close it. I feel like my lines just don't ever look straight to it. And we wicked. We didn't candle close below, but if we do candle close below, it's kind of giving us change in state delivery. Let's see, what time is it? 10:39 Eastern time, which is 8:39 my local time. Gotta keep your laptop and your chart on that New York time. Especially because like in Mexico, they don't do daylight savings. Even though I heard in America we're gonna stop. I mean the USA because all of this is America. But so like when y'all have daylight savings, like I have to like switch. Like it doesn't automatically switch for me, so I have to either like wake up earlier and later, and then it's only one. So basically, since we don't do it here in Mexico, when y'all go back, then I'll be back on normal time. So half the year I'm only 2 hours behind, and then 1 hour of the year I'm 3 hours behind, or 1 hour ahead. I haven't done the math yet because I've only been here a few months, but alrighty, is it trying to reverse on us? And this is exactly why I like to catch the bottom of moves, because things can do whatever they want until we break below this low. It can go all the way down back to this gap and then go higher. And we're already halfway to our move where we enter. But some people like that. I've seen people on TikTok, like they'll wait and get in like so far down the move on like another fair value gap. And I'm like, how? Alright, we're back in drawdown. We did get a change in state delivery on ES. There was no fair value gap. Did we get a liquidity sweep here? We did get a little liquidity sweep here, but we do still have this fair value gap untapped on the 5-minute. Still in this trade to go to the daily highs. Let's see if it stops us out. I mean, an original trade, you should at least have your stop loss probably below this candle for real. Below this candle should be our stop loss for real. But let's see. Or you can move it just below the gap in case it wants to fully sweep the gap. Or I was gonna wait for an inverse of this gap. We'll see, my entry was bad, so. There's a fair value gap on ES they can tap into as well to keep going higher, so. Let's see. Just a patience game. A boring patience game. I mean, I could put on music now that I'm in a trade, but I thought my music taste is so random. I don't want to be judged. Daily ranking. And it's funny because when you tell people you day trade, like, oh yeah, that's been so exciting or like so scary, and it's really just boring like this. Watching trades. Obviously, sometimes you make money in like 2 minutes, which is my favorite, but no candle close on that change of state delivery. Wicky wick. We still have a minute and 26 seconds on ES. And strong movement up there. I hope we get some volatility. We can just, get this shit pushing. Because this is 12 o'clock, which is lunch. Is Nas expecting to go up? I'm expecting it to go up, yes. I'm not going to say what's expected of it. I expect it to go up. But we've already went up a good bit as well. I expect it to go at least to this pink line. At least. that candle close and the change of state delivery? It's looking like it on ES, but we haven't got it yet. It can easily wick back up like it just did. In fact, I don't need to use my position tool either now that I have We Trade on TradingView. It shows it. But I could put it on there if it's easier for people to see. I kind of want to move my stop loss down because I feel like I want to see it invert this candle first before I get out my trade. Not just wick below it. Like something like that. So risking $364 now. For $1,000, which is still good. It's like a 1 to 3. But we're in some drawdown now. Barely back in profit. And that's the thing I like about futures over options. So with options, our contract is going to be negative around because it's choppy. It hasn't really moved. So your options contract has a time limit on it. So the more the closer it is to expiration, it's losing money. So things like this where it's taking its sweet time, like even here with futures, you can close this in profit right now. But options, this would still be negative. So you have to like wait for your trade to play out. And even then, you'll finally get to your take profit and it'll be up like 10% because it traded sideways so much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing about options. Like it's only favorable for like straight moves like these. And that's why I feel like most options traders trade like breakouts at 9:30 or like, you know, things like that, because versus like futures and forex, we can close a little bit in profit, we can close a little bit in stop loss, you know, and it just is, you don't have to worry about as much. All right, we're in drawdown. We can look on the 1 minute and see if we have any like kind of a little market structure shift. And we do still have this gap in the 1 minute. It can tap back into to go up. Let's see on the higher time frames what it's looking like. We do have this gap. I would love for it to come out of this 15-minute gap. Would be nice. We do have 2 long wicks up here, which on the 1 minute doesn't even look, on the 5 minute doesn't even look that bad. 30-minute. Yeah, all the time frames are giving us no's for our entry. Besides the 1 hour and the 4 hour, it's just too early to tell, but it's still a blue candle. If you want to look at the daily, I don't really look at the daily like that, but I mean, the daily is giving signs it wants to go here, though. The daily is giving signs it wants to go to that second one I made. Which we were so close to this, and then we ran down. So this was a profit target for yesterday. And I thought we were going to hit it, and we didn't. We were close, and then we went up a little bit this morning, came down. And I feel like this is the target of the week. The daily is white right now. The 4 hours still, but I said there's 3 hours left in this candle. What is it looking like? We've got some strong displacement. We candle close below this, we can just get out. Well, I already didn't stop me out. I want to move my stop loss though. I want a full candle close below this. And technically, like I said, realize you would have it below this candle, but like I said, because it can come down here and it can wick back up into this gap. But it might just stop us out. Let's see. 47 seconds. The thing on the 5 minute, your stop losses are big because technically it should be below this candle. All right, we're stopped out. We lost that trade. And it's pushing very low. And we got an inversion on here in 25 seconds. So you could play that play if you want. I mean, we are paper trading, so we can just take it, when this candle closes for a down position to this line. If you want something like that, stop loss like that. But I've seen it too. I mean, we're not in the macros anymore, but this has happened to me where it will go down like this, give us this displacement. I'll get in after a first loss, get in to go down, and it'll just invert this and keep going. And that's why I say usually your stop loss is below the candle. Should be below a full candle usually. Mine was very tight because it was on the 5-minute chart, but let's see how this plays out for a little bit. 12 o'clock is when I get off the chart. I mean, it did come up and sweep this. So if you're in that early 8:30 trade, that's still a good move for you. What's good? Nothing, just paper trading, getting better or worser every day. See, we just took a loss. I'm just have this marked if my stop loss was where it should have been and not super tight. Let's see. We have midnight open, 8:30 open. I don't know if I have that marked on this chart. $8:30 open, midnight open. There's a lot of people like, I don't trade London session. Okay, Asian fair. But London is the only session you should be talking about daily power of 3, in my opinion. People be like, oh, power of 3 on the New York session. We're already halfway through the day. Like, what are you talking about? Versus London, once you open above midnight, sells, boom. That's the daily candle. I mean, we'll see, because sometimes in New York, obviously, we'll come up and we'll take out all these, and then New York will reset the daily candle, but I do think the power of 3, like if we open above midnight sells, if you open below midnight buys, is a simple strategy you can use in London session. It's just obviously who wants to be up at. Technically London session is 2 a.m. though, so we have 2 to 5. So you would have been out at 3:55. And then you either have to wake back up at 8:30 for the New York session, or just have a stop loss, have a set and forget at one of these liquidity points down here. And it might even keep going down. But it looks like it could stop us out and go our way to here, because like I said, there's a gap here that I want to tap into, and it can close below gaps and still go your way sometimes. That's why you kind of have it below the candle or below the swing low made right before. Our entry was just bad, so I have my stop loss tighter. And so I talk about continuation plays, like how do y'all be playing these? Like I gotta catch the bottom and the tops, because then my stop loss is, even if you get in a trade way up here, clearly going here, it can still do whatever it wants in this range of this low. It can do whatever it wants, and then if your stop loss has to be fat as fuck. But people make money on continuation plays. I don't know how, but let's see. Let me mark the trade we took for back testing tonight. I think we got in like somewhere around here, and then our target was daily high, and then our stop loss was like right here for 2 to 5. That was the trade. So had a great trade on QCOM longs, hit first TP, waiting for AMD boss to the upside. AMD breaker structure to the outside. What's AMD again? Like, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. I should have put my stop loss at break even when QCOM trade. Luckily, we're only risking 1%. Good for you. Yeah, I think it's only 1%. I mean, this is the paper trading account, so it's like. I did say I was going to get in again. Kyle, I do 2 trades per day. Maybe at this, I should put my SPY calls here. Get in those SPY calls then. It also is looking like it could just be a pullback. Like I said, my bias is still for us going up. So I just have my stop loss too. So technically the stop loss should have been down here. But then you're just risking not that much. I mean, you're risking a lot to make. I like to get 1 to 2, but then you just target the all-time highs. Not all-time highs, but the weekly high, I guess it is. Like I said, my stop loss was tight. Because our entry was bad, so we're going to mark that. If you did have a stop loss below the candle, then you're still in the trade originally. Liquidity grab from the downside. 7, 8 fib bounce. ES is slow today. My bias is still bullish. Same. It is very slow today. My bias is still bullish. And our entry was like right here when we first got in. It's not moving enough for me to get back in though. If y'all are still in, good for you. It's not moving enough for me to get in. I'm gonna wait and see a little bit, but like I said, I always just let it play out and then I back test tonight, every night, and then I go over what actually happened afterwards. But I usually stay on until 12, so I mean we do have a good hour. And we're about to be, or we're in the 1050 to 11 50 1050 to 1110 macro, which I've noticed. I've been saying this all week. We have not been getting move. It's been trading slowly and then kind of giving us a move at the end of the macro, or even like almost the end of my session, to then do what it wants to do. That's why, like yesterday, everyone went to like the 30-second chart. I'm not doing that. I mean, I don't even have 30-second. I don't have the data to do that on here. I can on Ninja Trader though. So it's just one of those things where if y'all are in calls, good for you. If y'all are getting in again in buys, good for you. I don't have any confirmation of getting back in anything right now. If I wasn't stopped out, obviously I'd be holding it. We did get a strong candle close below this. So it's really indecisive in my opinion right now. This is a 5 minute, it's not a 1 minute chart. Candle close below if I write a gap on the 1 minute chart is, the 5 minute chart is something serious. But we did have, like I said, a lot of, it looks good on the 15 minute, this wick. We could still invert. If we invert this big one on the 15 minute too, that's kind of strong too. So we want a candle close below this green gap, and if we candle close below it, we're probably going back down on the 15 minute. 15 minute and 5 minute inverted hold strong. Now if we candle close back in the green for a nice wick, probably going up. See, we're pushing down. And I was saying that all the time frames were showing that it wanted to go down when we were looking at our trade. We had 2 wicks on the 15 minute, 2 big wicks on the 30 minute, a big wick on the 1 hour, huge wick on the 4 hour, like to go down. And We still didn't even rebalance this move that much, in my opinion. But I did like how we swept liquidity and we kind of pushed. So that's why I was like, if we got in at the bottom at 8:30, that would have been a good trade and we would have been done. So I'm sure the people who trade by ICT, they probably got in, you know, down here and took it to here for a good trade, and they're done for the day. That's why I used to get in at 8:30, and you just can get in the moves earlier and catch more so the full moves. But then sometimes I'll get at 8:30, and then in this hour, the big move of the day would happen, and I'd be like, I mean, I would never really care if I made my money, but we'll see. We'll see. How long have we been on live now? Almost an hour and 15 minutes. Do y'all trade all day? Do y'all trade PM? Or do y'all just trade mornings? What do y'all trade? I don't trade PM. I used to trade just the silver bullet hours in the morning, and then the PM. I tried to trade London, silver bullet, this one and that one, but it was just I would not focus on that 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Actually, let's see if there's a 3 a.m., 4 a.m. silver bullet actually. There probably was. And that's what I'm talking about. That's why I low-key would love to switch to London session. If I move back to LA, because this is midnight LA, to 4 a.m., which kind of sucks, but midnight is not that bad. I might switch to London session or trading. I can't trade both because then I'll go to sleep and have 2 hours until New York, which is 6:30 in LA. But the power of 3 Judas swing is all you need in London session. We're already above. So honestly, you didn't have to get on at 2. You could have gotten at 3. You see we're above the midnight open. You get in here on, I don't fucking know. Probably this, I don't know. Do you just want to get in anywhere? I don't really see. I mean, do you have like a change in state and delivery like right here? Maybe get in right there. Stop loss here. And then target any one of these liquidity points. Probably something not crazy, like a 1 to 4 or even a 1 to 5, and go back to sleep. Take profit, set stop loss, go back to sleep. I find this happens day in and day out. Versus like on a New York session, there is a power of 3 still, but it's not something you can like really base your trading off of, I don't think. Like obviously, yes, we started down in the New York session and we want to go up, and then we want to come a little down, which will make a whole new daily candle. Like right now, our daily candle is a strong white candle to the downside, and it can be green if our trade plays out. But in London, since the beginning of the day, you can just play like, oh, we're above midnight, oh, we're below midnight, I'm getting a buy, I'm getting a sell. I personally, in my opinion, with New York, you can't just be like, oh, we're below midnight, so we should get buys. Some people do that, but look how far midnight is from where we are. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're below 8:30. You can do it at 8:30, like we're below 8:30. We're gonna go higher, but I just feel like power of 3 on the New York session is just a little iffy. Versus in the London, if you're up, get some sells. If you're down, and you can't trade options though in New York and London session, which sucks, because this, I would be full porting some options big time on this, because you can just risk like $10 to make, you know, 500, and if it doesn't go your way, it's just $10. But obviously, you cannot trade options in London session, so I don't know, but it's just I like my sleep. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lose sleep. and then I won't even trade nicely. So I have to wait till like it lines up with my schedule. Here, I think here I'm 1 hour ahead of LA. So this is midnight. This is 1 a.m. for me. So it's just missing it because I go to bed at midnight here anyway. The chart shows it went to the abyss below 200-day average, I bet. What does that mean? It's so slow today. Gun to the head. Facts. Facts. It is very slow today. I think our trade will trump, but it's just hard to say when you get in a little later. But I did want to wait for full confirmation. I did wait for a lot of confirmation, actually. And imagine if we waited to get in after the market structure shift right here. But technically, that's really not a market structure. It's really a liquidity sweep. We ran down. A market structure shift is like a strong swing high like this, I feel like. We came down. We kind of ran straight down. These are just liquidity points. It's not a strong like swing high. But yeah, I'd still be in the trade if I had my stop loss below the candle, but I did not. I had it right here at first, and I moved it down a little bit and got stopped out, which is fine. My injury was like not that bad. It was like in the middle of this candle. If y'all got back in on this, good for you. It's still a little slow, so I wouldn't get back in on that. I would get back in if it like actually, it's just doing its thing and giving us some fair value gaps to enter off of, giving us some like, giving us some gaps to, enter off of. That's what I would love to see, some shit like that. But we're not getting none of that. We're getting this like choppy move up. I would love to see some of this to get back in. Like get in here, get in here, get in here. But we're not getting any of that. So to each their own. But yes, I will be paper trading all next week. Y'all should do the same. Especially newbies. Like don't come in with no money or a funded account. Just come in, it's paper trading. And then you can take any idea you want. You don't have to be scared. I mean, you should trade it emotionally like you're losing money. Like I could easily just be like, oh, YOLO, I'm paper trading. Let me get in this sell right here. No, like let's be serious. Let's wait for some confluences. And it's funny too, because for me, if I lose a trade, my next trade usually is super good, and it makes up for all my losses and then some, unless I'm doing a stupid trailing stop. But you have to. I wait. Like I will see the market clearer because I already lost some money, so I have to make sure it's a 10 out of 10 trade. But I'm not. It's either giving it's gonna go crazy in the PM session, but that other day we said that it in fact did not. Sometimes they'll do it right before 12 o'clock and go our way somewhere. Dang, I've only taken one trade the whole week. Yeah, I've been taking trades every day and I've been losing. But I should have only taken 2 trades a week. That Monday trade and that Wednesday trade. And then Tuesday was not it. Yesterday was not it. Can you teach me? Yeah, we back test every night at 8 p.m. And we talk about, what do we do? We back test ICT concepts. But I don't teach ICT concepts. So if you need to learn the basics of ICT, you need to go watch his mentorship. It's all free on YouTube. And then if you need help with strategy, then you come to me. And we talk about different strategies. And then you see which one you like. But I don't teach right now. I might start doing one-on-ones because everyone's been asking me. It's just weird for me to do one-on-ones, I feel like, or charging people when I'm still, figuring shit out myself, But again, if you want to pay to have a one-on-one with me, I'm not going to blame you, and I'm good at reading the charts. It's really just my emotions that really makes me a bad trader. But since I've been trading, what helps my psychology is I take a trade on my brokerage and paper. Why? That helps to paper trade and take a broker trade, like a real trade and a broker paper trade. I feel like it's one or the other, or a funded and a broker. A paper and a broker, I feel like it's not going to help me psychologically. Because broker is real deal. Paper is just extra. Now a paper and a funded, yes. But a broker and a paper, I'm like... But yeah, I was copy trading my live account with my funded account, and it's cool. You get like a check and balance. So if I get a payout tonight, I still made money on my live, or vice versa. And then if it's looking bad, I just go back to only the funded or only the paper, you know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's just trying to teach us some patience. I feel like September though and October are gonna be lit. October through March is when I traded the best. And I was up like 20K on a fucking Forex prop firm, and then it went under for like a month, and I was like, fuck this. I had to go to like 32K. I was like, I'm not doing this shit. But then I went to futures, and I haven't known peace since, because the rules are so fucking hard, and the rules are so strict that emotionally I'm always like on edge. But now that people are like just full port, I'm like, okay, it's a little better. But full port has to be, you have to consider drawdown. So it's hard to full port on certain days. It has to be like a strong, like, I don't know. Or you have to like trade it regular with like 2 or 3 contracts. Like this loss was like $300, like risk $300 to make like 1,000, like that kind of thing. But then you can only take one trade though. You take like 2 or 3, you're already liquidated. So it's like, it's hard. So I think I'm gonna I was doing 5 micro minis. I think 3 has been good. We did 4 today. 4 has been good. Wait, what rules are too hard? The prop firm rules for futures prop firms. Do you trade full time? I do. I quit my job to trade. Because I paper traded for a whole year, which I was executing perfectly, but I moved to my evaluations. I messed up consistently. Yeah, when I was trading only options and only my live account, I knew so much peace. When I started trying to do prop firms, it was just the worst. But it's like they're there. But I might honestly go back to options for a little bit, because the NQ moves are just so big that, like, on a 2K account, I'm already down like $900. And it was like in 2 weeks. I was taking sometimes like 2 trades per day, but still, like, it's just like with options though, like you can actually play with a little bit of money and trade every day with real money and like grow it. And then sometimes you'll hit home runs, you know? How does it feel to live my dream, sis? I mean, I haven't made money from trading yet this year, like since I quit my job. I made like 30K my first year in 2020. I went back to my job. I started to hate my job in film, and then I quit my job and I sold my rental property. I've always been an investor, so I have like rental properties and stuff. So I'm living off my rental property, but I'm not making money trading. So I'm not living anyone's dream yet. But yes, I took the leap of faith. I did, and it is rewarding, even if I'm not making money, because after this, I just go to the gym, and I watch TV all day, and I back test, and I read, and I make content. But if I probably don't get funded in like another year, I'll probably have to go back to work. But I look at it as a silver lining. Not my grandma calling me. I do have to call her because it is her birthday. But I am live streaming, so I have to call her later. But I look at it like, say I have to go back to work, right? I took 2 years off from work. Not a lot of people can say they did that. So it's a win is a win. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really living the dream yet, sis. I'm almost there. I'm very close. So I would treat my evaluations the same as paper trading. I feel that. That's dope. Or you can, with futures prop firms, basically, it's like you have to trade. You would trade your futures prop firm like you're trading like a small account. So it's just like coming from Forex, where you can really just start making like 5, 4, 10K a day, get funded, and then literally start making like fuck you money. but obviously they can scam you and not give you payouts. So it's like it's a catch-22 versus futures won't really scam you, but like on a 50K account, you can't, if you to not over leverage, you're making like 200 a day, which will take you like a month to pass. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's how you should be trading anyway. So it's like it kind of helps you be a better trader, and they just stack them, which most people do. They just stack a bunch of futures accounts, so then you can make a lot of money. It just takes you kind of a long time to do it, but versus like with Forex, you could really you don't even need a stack. You just need one 200K account with Forex. So you're waiting to get funded by a prop firm? No, yes and no. I trade a live account too. I rotate, but yeah, I do want to get funded as well. I full ported by Top Step, and I was like, oh, I'm funded. I made the 3K, but Top Step has a consistency rule, so you have to do it in 2 days or more. So I wasn't funded actually. So yeah, I'm waiting to get funded by a prop firm, and then I'll go back to trading my live account and my prop firm together and just doing the smallest amount, making like 100 to 200 a day, and just stacking that. Because I won't care about a prop firm payout if I'm doing $100 a day on my live account. And then once I get my bearings, I'll start to do the 200, 250 a day on the prop firm to actually get a payout. Because you have to make 200 a day with Top Step. I think with my funded futures, you just need to make, none of your days can be bigger than 40%. So if say you make you full port and make $3,000 that day, you have to trade like 4 or 5 more days to get a thingy out. Risk management is key to passing prop firms, etc. Just risk management, exactly. But a lot of people now just full port. I know a guy, I'm in a group chat on Instagram, and he has 13 Apex accounts. He just full ported them. Which I agree. I agree you should trade it properly, proper risk management for the month, because futures, they charge you monthly. And then after they, at the end of your month, like that last week, if you're not close, full port, because they're going to charge you anyway. It's the same price to restart. It's the same price to restart as in getting a new account. So you might as well at the end of the month full port if you're not close. Now, if you're close, like $200, $500, don't full port, obviously, because then you're going to mess up if you're already close. But if you're not close, but a lot of people do. A lot of people still full port and they get funded in like 2 or 3 days. They just take trades where they risk like $300, $400 to make like $1,000, $1,200, $1,400. And I've seen people get funded in. Kimmel said he full ports. Kimmel on YouTube, he full ports his funded accounts. And that's when I started full porting my funded accounts. Because even with my live account on futures, I'm risking $50 a day minimum on NQ. I might go back to ES, but ES just doesn't move a lot for me. Like, I did start on ES though, when I was profitable on ES, so I might go back. I just like the moves on NQ more. You can make more, but you also can lose more. So I might have to go back to trading just ES. Because even on this 5 minute, we would have gone in here on ES. But some days ES moves a lot too, but it's just, like ES never tapped into this gap. So technically, well, that's not SMT still, because I think, oh no, hold on, there's SMT right here. And then on NQ, we did not sweep this low. So it could be going up like it should, but it's slowly doing it. Like I said, I'm off the charts at 12. I'm probably gonna get off now, but it's looking good for buys still, but this choppiness is not fun. If it keeps chopping at 12, I would just close my trade in profit, even if we even get into profit. So yeah. But yeah, risk management is key. I don't mind full porting too, especially when they're cheap, like Top Step is $50. You can full port every day if you want, because, well, not every day. You have to do it in 2 or 3 days, which is still less than you're risking every day trading your live account with futures. So that's just what it is. Easy lesson: 2 candles to make high and 2 candles to make a low. But yeah, we'll be back here at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and we're going to go over what happened as this plays out the rest of the day. And then I think I'm going to back test the unicorn model and see how often it shows up. I don't trade it, but we'll just trade it and see, because the guy on my live last night said he's been seeing the unicorn model a lot lately, and I'm like, where? So yeah, I'm gonna get the charts. I'm gonna call my granny because it's her birthday, and she just called me and just passed 100K with gold 250 pips. Good for you. LSFX just passed 100K prompt firm account. That's what I'm talking about. LSFX is a great trader though, better than me, so y'all should follow them. I'm not saying great like he's just some newbie. He's that guy. So yeah, good for you. I blew my account yesterday, so I'm paper trading a little bit. And paper trading at least for sure all next week. So I'm about to journal this trade too. Yeah, once we candle close below this, I felt like we got a change in state delivery. We do have S&T though, but again, I'm out of this trade. 250 pips with gold. Oh yeah, and LSFX only trades gold. I only trade in Q. Stick to one thing and master it. And that's it. I might go back to ES though, just for like good risk management, honestly. But yeah, I'll come back tonight. We're back testing tonight at 8 o'clock. I'm getting off live and go for a run.